Roth conversions have been getting major attention lately as they can be a powerful tool to supercharge your retirement. Here at Seaside, we are big fans of helping our clients do Roth conversions.
You viewers have had a lot of questions about Roth conversions, and we've responded to them. But the most pressing question about Roth conversions that no one ever asks is this a bad time for me to do my Roth conversion?
That's because at certain times in your life and in some situations, Roth conversions can do more harm than good. As it's often said, timing is everything, and that certainly applies to deploying this strategy.
Do you want to know some of the reasons that could make you hit that pause button on converting? Then keep watching this video as we help determine if it's the right time for you. The first thing that can help you determine if this is a bad time for Roth conversions is high tax bracket years. To make this easy for you, we're going to break it down into red light, yellow light, and green light.
So if you're in the 10 to 12% tax bracket, you have the green light to convert all day long. Put the pedal to the metal. The time is right to speed into savings. We love the 10 and 12% brackets. But if you're in the 22 or the 24% tax brackets, that's a yellow light. You need to slow down as there may be a crash right around the corner if you don't proceed with caution. Are you in that area? If so, give us a call and we'll help you figure that out. And if you're in the 32, the 35, or the 37% brackets, it's a red light for you. Slam on those brakes and stop. Why? Because you've got to remember that every dollar you convert is a dollar of income on your tax return, so be careful. In other words, your tax bill could be quite large if you convert at the higher brackets.
So the next is market peaks.
And one thing Matt likes to talk about is don't convert at all at market peaks. What do you mean by that, Matt?
So think of it this way. If you have a portfolio and the market is up, you are converting the most expensive dollars at that point. So the way we like to look at it is that maybe taking a down market year, which, what do you say?
When markets give you lemons, make lemonade.
And so if you have this lemons and the markets are down, you can take a bigger portion of this piece of the pie, convert it into your Roth IRA, and now you're paying less taxes because the shares are down or the market's down. And we always talk about don't sell when the market's down, but this could be the opportunity to do so, because then inevitably over time, history has told us is that markets do come back and then see new highs. So now you've got more dollars in that tax-free bucket.
Well, and what's happening is the market recovery is happening now in the tax-free bucket. It's not happening in your taxable bucket, which is huge. And I like what you say, Matt. I mean, you convert at a market peak, that tax bill is going to be much higher than converting at market lows.
Another bad time to convert is if you're expecting to turn on your Social Security.
So if you convert when you're claiming a Social Security benefit, you could inadvertently be causing more of that benefit to be taxed. What most people don't know is that Social Security can be taxed at either 0%, 50%, or all the way up to 85% under current law. So if you plan to collect your Social Security benefit this year, reach out to us and we'll make sure that we get you squared away. And on the subject of Social Security, something that typically goes hand in hand with that is Medicare.
And that would be another reason that you may not want to convert. And the more specific year is when you turn age 63. So the reason 63 is because Medicare has a 2-year look back. So they're looking at your income at your age 63 to determine what your Medicare premiums will be at age 65. And so if you make too much money, IRMA, if you make too much money, will have an additional penalty on your Medicare Part B premiums and potentially Part D.
Yeah, exactly. It can get really expensive. And IRMA is income-related monthly adjustment amount. And our joke around here is IRMA is not your friend. In other words, it's the surcharge. It's the extra premium that you got to pay on that Medicare expense. So any Roth conversion that you do is going to drive your income up, putting you at greater risk of having to pay more money for your Medicare premium. So just be careful, know the IRMA numbers, know the rules, and watch out on that conversion amount.
And it's not like the tax code that's progressive, meaning if you go $1 over on the tax code, you only owe tax on that dollar in the new tax bracket. If you go over it by $1 in the IRMA brackets, you're hitting that penalty for all of the dollars that year.
Right, and if you're married, it's both you and your spouse, so it can be a double whammy on that IRMA.
So now let's talk about your investments and the unintended release of capital gains or dividends.
The other Roth conversion pitfall is when your investments throw off large amounts of capital gains. This shows up as taxable income on your tax return, and the combination of Roth conversions and capital gains can be lethal.
And let's be aware of the turnover ratios in your portfolio. This is the percentage on your mutual funds, and the higher this number is, the more that manager is buying and selling mutual funds or stocks and bonds on your behalf within that portfolio.
Right, and you've heard us talk a lot about, we really recommend that you move away from actively managed mutual funds and move over towards ETFs, because it just gives you greater control of those capital gains. And when you're using the actively managed funds, you really have no idea if that manager is going to throw off gains or not, and ETFs eliminate that inefficiency.
So if you need some help evaluating the turnover ratio in your overall portfolio, give us a call and we can take a look for you.
Yeah.
And finally, if you don't have enough cash to pay the taxes, then it may not make sense for the conversions.
Right. One thing that just really bugs me is when people do Roth conversions, but they don't have the cash to pay the ensuing tax bill. In other words, they use a portion of their IRA to pay the bill for the conversion. And this defeats the whole purpose of doing the conversion in the first place. So if you don't have cash on the sidelines outside of the IRA to pay the tax bill for the conversion, don't do it. It's pointless.
So while Roth conversions are having their moment right now and everyone online is influencing you to do it, the reality is that simply rushing into doing these things could cause a whole ripple effect of taxes and blow up your financial plan.
For example, if you did a Roth conversion in April and then you hit the jackpot during a trip to Vegas in November, or you get an unexpected bonus from work, the extra taxable income could throw you to a much higher bracket than you were expecting and could give you a huge tax bill.
So before you do a Roth conversion, be sure to consider everything that we laid out here today. And if you need help to look at your specific situation, be sure to use the link below and give us a call.
We're happy to help you navigate this very important decision-making process so that way you know if a Roth conversion is right for you.
And if you like content like this, be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.